Hello, hello everyone, welcome back to the stream. I am Christopher Disciple Allen. This is some Challenger level solo queue and I'm excited to bring you yet another game. Our teams today, on our blue side, we have Party in the front, led by Chris up in the top lane. Pretty Raheem, wrong hotkey there, Pretty Raheem there. In the jungle, Complexity's Golden Glue. In the mid, False Face supporting Leo. TY, AD carry of Team Girlfriends in the bottom lane. Over there, in the back, where the party's at, we have Pseudonaut supporting with DTN Frozen as the AD carry. Crux will be jungling. Pantheon, LMQ's own Ackerman, formerly known as Godlike, playing for the LoL World second place team, Royal Club Guangzhou, who will be Talon mid. And then finally, Paltry Graph. I can't see, the name is mixed up in everyone. Paltry Griffin on Renekton in the top lane. Alright. So what they're doing here is, just in case someone tries to come up and lead an invade, even though the enemy team could stay close together, because they're all clumped in this bush, and because they have a Thresh, they have a lot of damage as well from Caitlyn, Pantheon, and Talon at level 1, that if they get the grab, they instantly win the level 1. Blitzcrank does have his pull, but the follow-up probably isn't as good, and it's not as guaranteed, since Blitzcrank has to do his pulls blind. And so after seeing there's no invade, that Blitzcrank isn't going to come charging through with his rocket grab, they fall back. Paltry Griffin runs up top to get there in time for the first wave, since that experience from the first few minions is so important. It can decide really the lane if you hit level 2 before your opponent, and that's actually why Paltry Griffin is going to auto-attack up a little bit. He's not only charging up his Fury stacks, but he's trying to get to level 2 a little quicker. A Renekton with level 2 can both get his Ruthless Predator and his Coldamik, which deals a lot of damage level 2, and can definitely keep Chris in a rough spot. Crux coming into the red buff, trying to steal it away. He's already started up, and he has his Aegis protection. But Pretty Raheem is here. He's going to throw the ward in there, and the smite is too early from Crux, but no, he still gets it. He grabs it with the crit from the spear shot, and is able to escape there with the steal. He can now get back to his own red buff and defend it in time. Kha'Zix waited at the Wolves to get his level 3 once he finished the red, but he never got quite in that opportunity. Pseudonaut, Pseudonaut trying to flash in for the first blood in the Leo, but his barrier was just a little bit too much. False Face goes for the racket grab, misses. We'll have it up again soon. There's a Descendants catching on the False Face, which isn't the target they need, but with this level advantage, they're going to completely abuse Leo and False Face here. Leo's going to try and stay in lane, get some last hits under turret with his Piercing Light, and should be able to at least stay up in levels. However, if he sticks around too long, Frozen might be able to get a pickup with the Piltover Peacemaker. Pretty Raheem comes in, he wants to turn this lane around, but the health bars on his allies are just too low, and there's no way he can go in here confidently. Oh, Chris, trading a kill back and forth after Paltry Griffin goes in very aggressively. I'm going to try and not miss any more kills this game. Funny joke, Disciple. Oh, the 90 caliber net for the last hit. DTN Frozen picks up a 1-for-0 in the bottom lane. Is going to be in a really solid spot, since Caitlyn can definitely beat out Lucian once you get in the mid game if Caitlyn gets the items first. If Caitlyn can rush out a Bloodthirster, the damage from the headshots from the Piltover Peacemaker will be enormous, that no matter where Lucian goes, whether for a Bloodthirster or for a Trinity Force, he just can't quite answer it. Ooh, Golden Glue throws down a good Ethereal Chains and keeps Ackerman at bay for now. LeBlanc typically has a rough time against Talon, but in team fights, Golden Glue can and LeBlanc in general can typically do a little bit more damage, since you have the AoE from the Distortion, since you have a little bit more mobility from Distortions as well. Talon is typically more of a one-hit kill type assassin, where he just needs to jump in and remove one person, or else he isn't doing his job as an assassin. Ignite down on Pseudonaut, and Leo's going to be able to grab it out. He just went a little bit too far in, slightly overconfident for their positioning. False Face throws a ward over the wall in case. Oh, Paltry Griffin, Chris able to grab out the kill and dash away in time. The turret shots not finishing him off. And that'll be a 2-1 Riven, getting pretty strong. Renekton went for an aggressive build, picking up the pickaxe first. And you have to quest... Ooh, false face, looking for the prime rocket grab. First gets the knock up. Golden Glue falls in the mid, and Frozen may go down soon after. Frozen runs in between the minions. One more auto attack will get it. Leo dashes in. No, the barrier gets it. The rocket grab misses, and the 90 caliber net lets him escape. I spit on the screen out of excitement for an excellent escape there from Frozen. In the middle lane, it ended up being a 1-for-1. LeBlanc was able to grab the kill on the Talon, but then give a kill in return over to Crux. Crux, with that first kill, going to get closer to that Spirit of the Elder Lizard, which really, really helps Pantheon, not only with his sustain in the jungle, but gives him a good amount of damage as well with his spear shots and his Heartseeker Strike in fights. And that's really the item that has made these carry-style junglers like Kha'Zix, like Pantheon, so prevalent in the meta, is that with the not only the attack damage burn and cooldown reduction that was on the item before, but the mana and health back based on damage dealt, that's what gives these aggressive junglers the sustain they need. That's been Pantheon's problem all along, and why he's never been much of a jungler before. Oh, Chris showing us why Riven is such a powerful top laner, just popping the Wind Slash over Paltry Griffin for some good damage. Luckily, he was able to escape with most of his life, and he should get his Dominus soon, which will definitely keep him from being bursted down by Riven. But Chris, looking powerful, picking up a pickaxe, looking to opt for a Tiamat as the first item. A Ravenous Hydra Riven not only can wave clear exceptionally well, but can cancel her animations, just like Renekton can, and end up dealing more damage, not even counting the increased DPS from the active on the Ravenous Hydra. Paltry Griffin has to back off the turret here. He is definitely afraid of the dive potential from Pretty Raheem and Chris, and so they're going to be able to just completely chase him off of the turret in this situation. That'll be a lot of experience denied, which is something Renekton thrives on. He really relies on levels for his damage, since items not known to be quite as strong on Renekton as they might be on someone like Riven. Oh, Paltry Griffin comes back under his turret, still doesn't have his Dominus, so they're going to go in for the dive while he's still level 5, and with the Ignite down, they're going to be able to burst him down. Chris doesn't take up a single turret shot. Pretty Raheem took the fall for that, and they were able to pick up the 1-for-0. DTN Frozen finding the kill onto Leo. Falseface staying alive under the turret. And now Ackerman really wants a kill here onto Pretty Raheem, and the Rake's going to be able to grab it. Damage over time, a little too much for him. And with the kill onto Leo, that's a dragon attempt here from Crux. He doesn't have his bottom lane here with him, so he has to solo it out for now. And Pantheon isn't the best at soloing a dragon here. He's not going to be able to finish it off. He needs Thresh to come help him. He needs Caitlyn as well, but Frozen is just, a little... Oh, I was really hoping to see it. There's Ace and the ult coming through, but the shield was still up. He did it too early. However, apparently they don't need him here at the Dragon, as they slowly but surely wear it down. I think it's taken about 45 seconds, but finally they take the Dragon, give themselves a good chunk of cash, and it appears that Business in the back are going to be up 900 gold 9 minutes into the game. It's still not too big for a strong team like Business to come back from. Ooh, Chris. Did I call them Business? I meant to call them Party. Party is the red team, of course. Of course. If Leo can survive just a little bit, then he should be able to consistently deal damage from the back, which is something that Lucian, although he's not exceptional at, can certainly do. He can throw out a pretty safe culling. He can use his relentless pursuit to stay alive. Oh, Frozen flashes in, tries to get the builder of Peacemaker. Leo has to make sure he doesn't take any minion aggro here. The static field and the flash from Falseface finding the kill onto Frozen. Now Pseudonaut in a 1 versus 2. Leo has to be afraid of the Thresh's potential damage. You can't... Oh, the perfect rocker grab in, and the Gunslinger pounds of Pseudonaut grabs the kill, but does fall. Leo TY grabbing it for himself. Oh, he has to back off. He has to go back. No, he throws out the culling to clear out the wave. He is not suspecting Talon. LeBlanc is spamming out the pings, but it appears that Ackerman may find the kill. There it is, flashing away at Pretty Raheem. Once turn this around, the turret shot falls down. Ackerman turns back around, throws the ignite, gets a double kill. He's still alive. There's no damage over time on him, and Ackerman comes out huge in the bottom. Paltry Griffin now ganked up top. Golden Glue gets a solid silence, which prevents the dice from coming out. No, the wind slash isn't enough to finish him off. Golden Glue flashes in for the Sigil of Silence. Mandrop comes down from Crux. Will he be able to find the right Golden Glue? He knows it's the one with the blue buff, but the spear shot doesn't finish him off. Chris flashes over the wall, and this is an incredibly aggressive move. Golden Glue comes back in for a spear shot to the face. Chris does find the rampage, so they do come out 1-for-1 with the assist, but still very, very aggressive from Golden Glue. Chris is close taking this turret. That will be the first turret of the game, which should actually bring them in the gold advantage here. So business definitely and an opportunity to come back, mostly because of Chris's efforts in the top. He's showing why, although his team didn't do that well in the LCS, he earned his spot there. Alright, Kha'Zix moving in towards the bottom lane, standing on a ward. Will at least keep his turret alive for a little bit. It'll keep Frozen in a slightly safer position. Ooh, the ping's on to Talon. He finds the pink ward here, tries to take it out, and goes in with the cutthroat. Pretty Raheem takes way too much damage. Golden Glue might be the next target. Ignite is down on the Ackerman, and he's taking massive DPS. Golden Glue finally able to pick it up. A 500 gold shutdown. In the bottom lane, Leo grabs a single kill on the Frozen. Can he pick it up on the Pseudonaut? There is the culling. If he cancels it and gets the Gunslinger, it won't be enough. He flashes the death sentence. Did he flash in too far, though? It appears he did, giving the kill and assist back to Thresh and Caitlyn, respectively. Ooh, Golden Glue's keeping his mid safe for now. Gets a good leash on the Crux and turns around for a huge amount of damage. The silence not enough. Crux flashes back around for the stun, and the Spear Shot Heartseeker Strike finishing off the kill. This has been an action-heavy game. Dominus from Paltry Griffin will be down as soon as Chris decides, oh no, the Wind Slash is not enough to finish him off, overestimating his damage yet again, but won't lose too much for this up on the top. He still has a good amount of farm, the most in the game actually at 84, and at 12 minutes, that's pretty surprising. That's a relatively low amount of farm, but considering the kills, 12 for business, 13 for party, and a 100 gold differential, this is about as action-packed and close as it can get. Lucian opting for the Trinity Force first. We'll get that around the same time Caitlyn finishes her IE rush, but the difference is that an Infinity Edge can deal so much damage in a sustained fight. It's the more expensive item, it gives you a lot more attack damage, and the 250% crit damage is immense. In small bursts and engagements, Leo should be able to use that Trinity Force active, and the procs on his auto attack to, I guess it's not an active, sorry, just the passive procs on his auto attacks to deal significant burst damage, but Frozen is looking strong. Ooh, Ackerman has his ult to escape. He has the stealth as well, trying to run away. Chris jumps over the wall to cut him off. Golden Glue jumps right back to the lane, and Ackerman now looking in a pretty good spot. No, the knockup connects. Riven grabs the stun, and I don't see Ackerman escaping from this one. Golden Glue comes in with a Sigil of Silence, misses the Ethereal Chains, but Distortion is enough to finish it off. Leo continuing on in the bot lane, not looking too hot still, but his team is picking up the slack. Or Chris and Golden Glue really looking to carry out this game. That's a Zhonya's finish on Golden Glue, which will really help against the assassination potential of Talon and the all-in nature of both Renekton and Pantheon. If you look at this team, it's almost entirely AD. Thresh does some ability power, or some magic damage, but it's almost negligible, and so these armor rushes we're seeing, oh, culling coming across, Leo not able to finish off the kill, but the Ignite will take it out. False Face picking up for his team, relentless pursuit in, Frozen falls low, turns around, if he can land a Pillar of Peacemaker, that might be Leo saying good night. False Face comes in, and Frozen, no chance he's getting out of this one. No, maybe he can! He gets the kill through the barrier, but False Face with his mana shield, oh no, he runs away instead of auto-attacking Frozen. He might be able to get it. Minions, no! Frozen gets the double kill. Oh man, playing that excellently, that barrier, saving his ass. Now when Ackerman does go in hard on Golden Glue, it's going to be a much bigger adventure. Oh, Raheem. Has his red buff under siege. He can't go in on the Ackerman. He has to wait for backup, but Ackerman might be able to finish off this red buff before he gets into the vicinity. Ooh, Rake slowing it down, but no, he just can't quite confidently move in. Now Golden Glue is cutting him off from the side. That's the Ethereal Chains landing. Ackerman needs to click on the lantern, but he can't get it in time. Golden Glue finishes him off. And an excellent pickup there brings us even in kills, almost even in gold too. There's a difference of about a ward, which means stakes are high. One turret taken from business. This will be the second picked up, and a good burst of global gold as well. That's 150 distributed between the two takers here, and then 100 to everyone as a bit of a an end of the year bonus, end of the lane bonus as it were. Falseface and Pretty Raheem working on themselves. Frozen wants to give them a hard time, but knows if he gets pulled in and Pretty Raheem has his way with her, it certainly won't be something he wants to wake up to in the morning. Instead, just has to 90 caliber net away, let the dragon go here to business, and that's suddenly a dragon and 2 turrets taken now. A really good spot for them to be in. Oh, Chris is just far too much a match for Paltry Griffin. Crux trying to turn it around in the bottom lane. Has the burn damage over time. Descendant still connects on the Leo. I wasn't expecting that to hit, but he pulls out his Mad Life, grabs Leo, and will be able to grab this turret. It'll definitely respond for a lot of the global gold. Now only 200 lives between the teams. What really matters here is the vision across the map. If Ackerman can find a target like Leo and burst him down quickly, then Party could quickly regain control. But right now, Chris and Golden Glue are so strong. Chris 4-1 and 3, Golden Glue 6-3 and 1, and the wards they're placing aggressively in the jungle really keeping Ackerman at bay. Now the invade on the red buff just has to go uncontested since there's no way Ackerman can go in by himself. Once Pantheon gets there, it'll be long gone. Chris and Pretty Raheem both with red buffs on their head. Pretty Raheem turns around on the Chris, but Ackerman comes in and bursts him down enormously. That might have been a mistake to turn around without the rest of the team. Ackerman with his Tiamat and Brutalizer has huge damage. Oh, Chris goes in himself, but he also overestimates himself. He does get shut down. They do pick up a kill on Pantheon, but now Falseface caught out. And that was a hopeless place for sure, but I don't think Blitzcrank found love there. Sorry, Rihanna. Now with the middle turret facing 4 members of this party team, it appears as though the gold is now in their favor. They can easily take this next turret. Pretty Raheem is here, but what can he do against Ackerman, who almost has his ultimate already? And he's dealing such massive damage. Oh, Golden Glue tries to come in with his double distortion. He's able to escape for now. Paltry Griffin has Ethereal Chains on his head, but he's in the back of the fight. Oh, an excellent rock grab from Falseface. Picks up a single kill. An unstoppable Golden Glue may be able to continue through here. He's on such low health. But what can they do to finish it off? Ooh, Grand Skyfall coming in from Pantheon. Golden Glue's going to be able to escape out of the back. Falseface gets caught once again. The moment he respawned, he ran right back into lane and died, which has to be a rough feeling. Chris also overextends, and that was a rather misinformed chase. I do not agree with your decisions, but I do respect your right to make them. Oh, the Zanyas will help him expertly dodge. Oh, he's able to get the double distortion even though the sun connected after the distortion. It just wasn't enough damage from Pantheon. That Zanya's almost put him into the enemy team. Pseudonaut tried to get in there for the fillet, but just wasn't able to connect. And so Golden Glue maintains his spree. Remember, he's unstoppable. It's a lot of gold in his head. He's also getting to a very strong build. That needlessly large rod could either go into a Rabadon's Death Cap or a Deathfire Grasp. Now, when he picks up a Deathfire Grasp, that means he's looking for a single member to eliminate from the map and then use the 5 versus 4 advantage. So he either wants to burst down Frozen or Ackerman immediately at the beginning or even before a fight occurs using that Deathfire Grasp active. However, the advantage of a Rabadon's Death Cap is that although you don't get the immense single target damage, all of your abilities will deal more damage throughout the entire fight. So, in a teamfight atmosphere where you have everyone layering down and you can't necessarily choose a single target to throw your entire combo on, that'll help your double distortion really clear out several enemies and let you keep up slightly more sustained damage throughout the encounter. Just watch him buy a another Zanya's or something like that, just to prove me wrong. No, it's not either of those items. Oh, Golden Glue comes and misses the ethereal chains, and that will be enough to get Crux away. A solid Lantern False Face picking up the kill onto Talon, because why not give a couple of assists, or a couple of kills over onto that support. If you take a look at his build, he's actually going for a particularly aggressive support. He has the Glacial Shroud, and the Warden's Mail means he's going for a Frozen Heart that not only gives him good attack speed reduction on Caitlyn, and to a lesser extent Pantheon and Talon, but it'll also give him a much bigger shield once he pops into his passive. The Tear of the Goddess could go into a Mana Mune that would give him a lot of damage on his knock-up, his Power Fist, which does double his attack damage on the target. Not only synergizing well with his Power Fist, but providing him a good amount of mana. This Blitzcrank could become pretty difficult to take down. Thresh, meanwhile, going for a very typical support build. The Talisman of Ascension completed, been helping his team run around the map, both engage and disengage, and then grabbing the Mikhail's Crucible, which will get Ackerman out of rough spots or keep Frozen alive in the back line, auto-attacking. That'll certainly help if Golden Glue gets the silence or the snare on her. Would be the biggest targets. Ooh, Chris was able to catch Pantheon in a pretty rough spot, and I'm not sure that was a very good call for Pantheon to be there at all. I'm not sure, he might have just been warding, but not the safest place to be. Now 21 minutes into the game. I mean, although we haven't seen an inhibitor turret under siege, it's certainly possible that a one fight could result in an inhibitor for either team. Business and Party are so close together, you could just call it a lovely mullet. However, I think eventually, as in fashion, one side will win out. Oh, we have a blue team. They scanned the pit. They know they're invisible, and is Frozen going to be one to check it? Oh, they're moving together as a pack. Ackerman might walk a little bit too close. False Face tries to come in for the rocket grab, but the Talisman Ascension from Pseudonaut is going to be enough to help them escape. And that was a bit of a Fnatic play gone awry. But they don't lose too much from it. They are in the gold deficit, but not by a lot. They still have some powerful champions. And some really good positioning here. They could give up this dragon if Chris is able to get more pressure up in the top lane. Because at this point, the turret's taken. Ooh, the rocket grab onto Ackerman may be False Face's death. There's a Grand Skyfall coming in as well. Leo and False Face try to run away. Relentless Pursuit might help him escape. No, the flash stun in. False Face still looking to... No, the mana barrier! It's going to be enough to keep him alive. Ackerman tries to come in. The Ignite is down. Okay, False Face may finally fall off the end here. The damage over time. Knee is going to be enough to pick him up. False Face goes down. Chris takes out a turret in the top though, so they traded a... Interesting. Okay, there we go. That was weird. Riot, please. Chris, take out the turret. Oh, now gonna go into Frozen, but Frozen using a good 90 caliber net. Gonna stay away from that stun, using the red buff to now kite in onto Chris. The ace in the hole coming across, and the flash stun from Paltry Griffin. We'll throw down the Ignite and pick up the easy kill onto Chris, who extended just a little bit too far. He may have grown out of his britches, but we'll see if he can lose some weight. Come back here and slide right in. Ooh, Golden Glue distorting away. Frozen looking on the prowl after picking up a kill top. He has a little bit of a taste for blood. Though he hasn't picked up a Bloodthirster, now going for a Static Shiv Infinity Edge build, which gives a nice range of wave clear with the Static Shiv. Oh, Pseudonaut gets out of the way, allows Frozen to get pulled into the fight, but that might not be enough to stop him. Golden Glue tries to jump over the wall, gets the shutdown, distorts back over, tries to flash, but isn't able to get it. Paltry Griffin will certainly be able to pick up the kill as soon as it comes up. There's the Call the Meek, and that's a 2-for-1 exchange. False Face did escape. Standing outside of the bush, has to be careful, but apparently he'll be fine. Golden Glue disconnects. Hopefully no Rage Critterino. 4v5 Riot, please. We'll see if he comes back into the game. The Baron is a certain possibility, but without Frozen, they've lost a lot of their consistent single target damage. With Ackerman in the bot lane as well, they can just opt right now to push out the lanes, group together, and try to find similar picks as to what they just got. They don't know that Golden Glue is gone, but they'll see after too long that they have the positional advantage, that they can go for the grab onto Leo potentially, or even picking up False Face or Chris. They may be able to burst them down before the rest can respond. There's Golden Glue joining us in the land of the @keyboard. We'll see what he can do now that he's back in the game. He's picked up the Deathfire Grasp and Elixir of Brilliance. He realizes the importance of this next team fight, even though it may not determine the game. Even an ace might not result in a Nexus taken just because the respawn timers are still low enough. However, losing an inhibitor at this point could certainly be a death sentence, and so he's going to try his very best to remove Frozen and Ackerman from the fight, keep Leo and Raheem alive, who will deal consistent damage, and let Chris just kind of do his own thing, which has been his style throughout most of the game. Sometimes it's worked, and he's picked up some excellent 1-for-2s, or 2-for-1s, excuse me, and sometimes he's overextended just a little bit. We'll see exactly what'll happen here as Ackerman tries to go in on the Chris, bursting down enormously, but does fall, and with the shield going down, Ace in the hole won't be enough to finish off Chris. He turns around for the win slash, misses, but Crux isn't quite so lucky. False Face falls low. Pretty Raheem has to jump out as well. Palcher Griffin now in here with some massive health. That's 1 fallen for business, 2 for Party, but Party are on the aggressive. Chris recalling, should heal up and get back in time. Oh, Pseudonaut gets an excellent flash hook, but there's no one there to follow up. He's instead going to go for the 1-on-1, which I wouldn't recommend. Oh, Taste Their Fear, not enough to burst him down, and Frozen finally there to support his support. A close team fight. I feel like all of their hearts must have been beating pretty fast, since that was close. Even though Party lost 2 members, Palcher Griffin was just looking enormous. He's getting close to his Randuin's Omen. He has his Sunfire Cape as well, and that armor and health will really stop pretty much everything that business has to offer. LeBlanc, of course, dealing magic damage, will be able to bypass almost all of the armor, except what she deals in auto attacks. Ooh, Chris has to be careful here. He has a shield. Frozen is there from the side as well. Chris is still alive. There's no ace in the hole. The dodge away from the Valor, and Golden Glue with the Ethereal Chains picking up Ackerman. A bit too far of a chase. I'm really surprised they didn't finish off Chris there. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. I'm sorry about that, guys. Just giving you guys a little roller coaster with the camera. All things that you can look forward to here on the stream. Oh, Baron taken. After the good pickup on the Ackerman, they knew not only was the assassination potential gone, but Chris was looking pretty healthy. Oh, let's get the instant replay. All right, Baron has been taken. Our business team is storming through. They're looking for the pickup. False Face. Is he going to find it? He gets Frozen in his sights, and nobody saw that. Cool guys don't look at rocket grabs. Oh man, having a little bit of fun there. The gold, 300 separating teams. That's a cloth armor, which certainly isn't going to mean too much here. Actually, if you take into account the Elixir of Brilliance that Golden Glue purchased, that's about to fade. No, that he just refreshed. So buying 2 of them, they're actually almost exactly even in gold. So business has the advantage here. It's just a matter of how they use it. They have quite a few gold, 1,000 gold of stats with the buff, but it's still up to Leo how he positions, up to Golden Glue who he targets, and up to Chris just if he decides to stick with the team really. The Dragon, since it scales into the game, is still worth a very, very solid amount of money, which will help everyone get to their late game build. No one has achieved their 6 items yet, although some are getting close. Caitlyn, with the Bloodthirster picked up now, just has yet to build a Last Whisper and potentially a defensive item like a Guardian Angel, maybe even a Banshee's Veil to try and keep LeBlanc's combo off of him. Golden Glue could be hard countered if Banshee's Veil start to come out, which is something that a LeBlanc always has to be worried about. Chris and Golden Glue come up far. Grand Skyfall going to fall onto nothing, but they're still looking for the engage. Ethereal Change connects on the crust, but Golden Glue can't stay too far forward. He's at the front of his team. He mimics out, but Ackerman caught out by the rocket grab and Falseface turning the fight, which is why, although Blitzcrank is a risky champion, he is a champion that can single-handedly turn a game, and with that single man engage, they take out the inner turret and move in onto the inhibitor. If this is the first inhibitor taken, I feel like we can confidently say with 95% surety that business have it in the bank. Oh, Frozen not going to be snared up. Golden Glue still has to be careful. Archie Griffin has a lot of damage, and Frozen with the high crits and high attack damage. Oh, Chris is going to go in with really no way to get back out for at least another 7 seconds. We'll see. Oh, he pops. He pops the blade. And they've just been able to muscle everyone away from the turret. Although they all went back defensively and didn't fall to Chris, they had to back out of the turret. Oh, Palcher Griffin now comes in, can't even pop the Dominus. He doesn't get the health from that at all. Ackerman respawns and dies immediately. A solid culling from Leo across the entire team. They do lose Golden Glue in the process, and Frozen looking to clean this up. The leap across from Pretty Raheem gets flayed away immediately. The death sentence will certainly spell Pretty Raheem's deaths, as 2 kills are picked up on the back of that one. Inhibitor stays alive. Ace in the hole. Will that be the third? He snakes it through and says goodbye to Chris. Oh, Falseface and Leo might feel confident enough. They don't have the ward as it gets taken down by Frozen. Oh, Leo grabs the piercing light. Pseudonaut flashes over the wall, gets the death sentence and the flay. Leo focusing down Pseudonaut, now flashes over the wall. Frozen doesn't have vision. Falseface can't quite 1 versus 1 Frozen. And so now we have an epic battle between the 2 AD carries. Leo just spamming back and forth, going to recall. I don't think he feels so confident about Frozen. If he gets off a lucky crit, he's instead just going to go ahead and clean up blue buff. Oh, he's still looking for the kill on the Caitlyn. The culling comes across the wall. Frozen takes so many bolts, but doesn't fall. He gets just out of range. Whew, that was a close one. Ackerman finally respawning. Will this be it? The third time's the charm. He goes in with the movement speed and takes down Leo, but Pantheon gets deleted over the wall by Golden Glue, who threw over the Deathfire Grasp in a huge combo. This game is almost closer than ever. The inhibitor not being taken down means that the map presence is still somewhere in the ballpark for Party. They don't have nearly as good a chance as they did before the inhibitor turret was taken out. But there are no super minions in the bottom. Oh, Chris might give them the comeback they need, as well as he just runs here into the jungle, and he's not looking too hot here. Dominus giving some good damage over time. Chris going to die midair. Ace in the hole, catching him out. Oh, 3 members of the blue team, they're not on a ward, and they're looking for the pickup. He can't grab over the wall or hit a golem. He has the true sight to see any wards. He's going to run right into the bush and be spotted out by the ward. Frozen should be able to back off of this one, and there they take it down, but reveal their locations. 31 kills to 34, just 2,000 gold between the teams. And we'll see. We really need to see business taking out some of the turrets in the top and bottom, maybe sending Chris to split push safely while the rest of the team accomplishes something. With Chris's foray into the enemy jungle, the rest of the team were all, taking the jungle, respawning, going back to base and buying, not applying pressure on the bottom lane, which if they had, they either would have been able to alleviate Chris enough so that he could have pushed and dueled in peace, or so that they could have taken out the inhibitor while 2 or 3 members from Party were pulled off to handle Chris. Since if you look at the lineup here, Renekton may be able to fend Chris off with his armor, with his health, but no one can really 1 versus 1 him. He has so much damage from his last Whisper, his Ravenous Hydra, and Black Cleaver. I don't foresee really much of a 1 versus 1 defense from anyone in Party. Frozen takes the red buff, going to give himself a good amount of kite in the fight. And Riven might just have a hard time. I apologize for that. It's getting a little late for me, as you can tell, and that'll be my excuse. I'm sticking with it. Leo going to do some split pushing in the bottom lane, but if Ackerman has his say, I don't think Leo will be split pushing for too long here. He eliminates the minions well enough. Ackerman lies in wait in the bush. Leo comes aside for the help with Pretty Raheem. Leo's still alive. There's the culling, and the Blade of the Ruined King is able to get the 1 versus 1 onto a Talon. And My good God, Leo. You are my hero. Paltry Griffin, not looking too hot. Turns around for some good damage on the false face, and actually going to go in aggressively with the slice. Pretty Raheem is waiting there with the taste their fear, but the health bars aren't quite available. Frozen has picked up the Banshee's Veil. Really wants to survive against both Chris and Golden Glue's burst, and this is what I was talking about. The pressure in the bottom is allowing Chris to take out some damage top. That's half of the turret down. He pops the ultimate a bit late, and he's with the Valor Shield able to tank up some good shots. With another turret shot coming through, Frozen will easily be able to pick this up. He had the ace in the hole up soon as well. Ooh, pings onto the Baron from Party. They know Chris is down for 50 seconds, and this might be their opening. They have to deal with an enormous Golden Glue, with the very strong Leo as well. Leo's kind of been an unsung hero of this game since he had a rough laning phase, but with that 1 versus 1 onto Ackerman, I mean, he is huge right now. Oh, Golden Glue finds Paltry Griffin, and Paltry Griffin, even with the Negatron Cloak, doesn't quite have the magic resistance to keep that off. Leo TY comes in from behind, and Blitzcrank sustains up quite a bit there. Ackerman jumps over the wall, will be able to find Leo, but now has to try and escape from 3 members of Business. Oh, a solid lantern over the wall. Ackerman is so low, but he doesn't have the cooldown. Pseudonaut flashes, but he's met by the flash and the leap. A good 2-man play. The Death Sentence tries to get him over the wall, but Spider-Man still going to get squashed. Okay, Baron falling low here. It's getting taken down, and we're seeing some good fight animations, and it's really putting up a good tussle, but I don't think it's even enough. Pretty Raheem has some solid damage from the evolved claws on his taste their fear. And although False Face is falling low, they're going to be able to recall with a nice Baron buff on their heads. 14, 5, and 8 on LeBlanc. He is looking oh so powerful. I would love to see him take out Ackerman before he can shut down Leo, since they need to keep Leo alive if they want to be able to take down the objectives, like the Inhibitor, the Nexus as well. We haven't seen an Inhibitor taken, which means that Party are still in this, but it's looking little bleaker as time goes on. They're now 8,000 gold behind. They still have a turret deficit to make up as well. Crux can't even catch a break at the Dragon, and so they're all just left running with their tails between their legs. Ha, Renekton, get it? It's because you have a tail. It's because you're a crocodile, Renekton. It's because you're a crocodile. Oh, False Face finds Frozen. He gets the spell shield off. He gets a nice grab there as well. Chris comes through with some massive damage, but Frozen is still alive, auto-attacking on the side. Chris really needs to get this kill, but he's not going to be able to find it. Pseudonaut finds the kill, and False Face now looks to be in a rough spot as well. Golden Glue over the wall, throws out Ethereal Chains, but doesn't have the damage. Leo TY, a huge culling. Pretty Raheem picks up Frozen. Gonna be able to remove him from the fight. Pretty Raheem now stays in there with the resets, gets the double kill. He can jump in on the Ackerman, Leo picks up the kill on the Ackerman, and that is a double kill for Leo. Now a full ace onto Party. This could be the game here. They don't have the best health bars. False Face won't have a shield to take up any turret shots, and they don't have minions in the base as well. This could be a race to finish the game. False Face Pretty Raheem smiting away the minion. False Face is taking this up. He has a good amount of armor from his randoms from his Chosen Heart, but he has to back off here. They need to keep him alive so he can continue dealing damage and regen a little bit. Now Leo is the one tanking the shots. They have to ping retreat though. Without minions, they knew that Crux could clean them up. He might be able to anyway. Nope, falling back, not feeling quite so confident about the 1 versus 3. That will be the base surviving here for now. Business still looking good. And this mullet is about to get cropped, y'all. I apologize for that. I really sincerely apologize for that. This is getting to be a long cast. You know how it is. Oh, Pseudonaut Frozen Ackerman. Look at all these nice, pretty blue circles. These Banshee's Veils. Just a big middle finger in the face of Golden Glue. They're going to have to burst through them all. However, if Blitzcrank can maybe get in there, get a couple static field procs off, maybe if Leo can pop them all with his Ardent Blaze, potentially, then that'll allow Golden Glue to slip in there and burst through the magic resistance. Sure, you have a Banshee's Veil, but is that going to be enough MR to deal with a Void Staff, the damage amplification from a Deathfire Grasp, as well as the Sorcerer's Shoes? Paltry Griffin shows us that although he hasn't picked up the Banshee's Veil, still not looking too likely, since that Void Staff Deathfire Grasp combo just really puts all magic resistance to shame. We're starting to see some very full builds here. Golden Glue still working towards his. With the Fiendish Codex, might be going for the Morellonomicon to stop some of the healing from Frozen's Lifesteal. It could also go into Banner of Command, which my stream would definitely cheer for, but no one might actually choose. That anyone may never it's not a great item. Especially in this situation where they just need to win a fight, and they should be able to take the game. They're looking for their chance to go in and dealing massive damage to the turret in the process. They may be able to muscle it down. As of yet, False Face tanks up some turret shots. Golden Glue tries to come around the side, see what he can find, but it looks like not too much right now. Just pops off the Banshee's Veil. He knows that his Sigil Silence will be up long before the Banshee's is. Frozen tries to deal some damage. Pretty Raheem jumps in, stealths away. Deathfire Grasp comes across into Crux. He's Grand Skyfall is almost immediately in place. Chris caught up in the stun, going to be the first to fall. Ackerman grabs the kill, and Ackerman still on high health, flashes after Leo. Doesn't get the last hit though, and so every other member of business will survive. Super Minions. I used to call them Super Winions, but I don't think they'll be winning anything today. Golden Glue turns around for the kill on the Paltry Griffin. So it'll be a 1-for-1 overall. Ackerman back here defending his base. A lot of damage taken on Nexus turret. Now it does regenerate health, but the question is how quickly Pretty Raheem becomes godlike. Crux, oh, jumps over the wall onto Leo TY, but he relentless pursuits right back. Now Pretty Raheem using the reset comes on the Crux. Does he have the help to survive? Apparently he does. Crux jumps in there into the 1 versus 3, but the perfect Zhonya's from Golden Glue keeps him alive, and I probably just blew out all of your eardrums. Oh, Ackerman and Blitzcrank. The fight of the century. Blitzcrank pulls him back in. Ackerman taken out. You know, I don't know what Ackerman's habits are at home, but he appears to have been masturbated. There's some things that once you get 41 minutes into the cast, you just gotta take. Oh man, Blitzcrank. Look at that, a Thornmail picked up. He is saying, I'm sorry, entire enemy team, but I don't want you touching me this entire time. If you come anywhere near me again, I am filing a complaint with HR and taking out an order of protection with the local police department. And although they don't have to stay more than 500 feet away from them, if they get near, that Blitzcrank's looking pretty scary. Chris going on to the slightly less scary support of Pseudonaut, although he's getting a little tanky from his Randuin's Omen. He just doesn't have the health nor the armor. Up against Chris at this point, the last Whisper dealing massive damage. Paltry Griffin appears to be, not too much of a tank in there. Although he's gone almost for an entirely defensive build, he just gets melted and the rest of the team follows. This will be the game. Ackerman turns around and he's able to finally grab the shutdown onto Pretty Raheen. But at what cost? There's no members of Coast in the game, so I can't make that joke. I'm sorry, Rapid, but I failed you. And that is the game, most finally, for business. Congratulations to Chris, Pretty Raheem, Golden Glue, Falseface, and Leo TY for an excellent game. Well played. The Nexus is going to give us a pretty explosion. Ooh, those voice actors. Thank you all for watching. I'm Christopher Disciple Allen. This has been yet another episode of Disciples Quest to become the very best shoutcaster ever. If you have feedback, feel free to leave it below. And, hey, I upload every day. I'm going to try to stream every day. It might be a little bit less consistent in the future, but bear with me as we go through the quest. Hope you all have a wonderful night. You're all beautiful. Other outro things.